field this year. Only 14 cars competing in this one. Chad Bode opted not to come out and race in this, and we understand Sam Hafertepe Jr. has taken the night off as well. So only 14 cars entered, and you speak of the drivers getting a little bit older in this race. Just real quick, looking down this roster, Thorson and Baston, Larson and McIntosh, Dahm and Bell, Grant and Abreu, Wyndham and Pittman, Bacon and Sweet, with a final row coming out there of Aaron Reitzel and Jake Newman. And most of those drivers at least into their early 20s by now, with the exception of Cannon McIntosh. McIntosh, the really only young man out of this group. Everybody else has got some pretty serious seat time here at the shootout, here at the Expo.
I mean, Reitzel's your most inexperienced midget guy out there. So
true.
You know, everyone else is pretty stout. They prove themselves in midgets, and Reitzel's no slouch.
We saw him do some explosive things last year.
He's not quite comfortable enough to go that far yet, but we'll see if.
Yeah.
Usually, like, for me, it was always like you run one time, you get out, you kind of think about it, and then as soon as you get back in that second time, it feels a whole lot better for almost no reason, but it does. So we'll see if he's got his sea legs now.
Kevin, you've had at least one of these drivers in your sprint car in it before, and Spencer Baston, and I'm sorry, my memory's failing me right now, but is there any insight you can tell us about any of the guys in this field and how they might approach a race like this? Spencer's starting outside row number 1.
I mean, I think for some of them, I'm trying to find my lineup again, but yeah, I mean, it's for, probably for him, I would say he's a guy who feels like he's in a position where, maybe that provisional is quite worth going after, heavily. Thorson obviously is pretty comfortable in where he is. Cannon's already in the race. Larson's got a bigger picture later on, so we'll see. I mean, Bell obviously has matured, as has Rico, but we've seen Rico throw caution to the wind at plenty of times other than this. So, past that, I think deeper than that, it's going to be hard to really drive through these guys. I mean, somebody like, Grant obviously could be good, and he's a guy who's, you never really know exactly what you're going to get. He kind of ends up on both sides of the spectrum sometimes, where he's really cautious and takes care of his stuff, and then you'll see him every once in a while where he just goes for it.
Well, Thorson, the defending Virock champion, with the pole of this one, Basin to the outside, and then defending Chili Bowl champion and Larson in and behind him. They're going 25. Used to be a 20-lap race. This year, a 25-lapper. So give them 5 extra to sort it all out and see how it goes. Racetrack got a 15-minute or so rework where they tried to put a little more moisture in it. Chili Bowl Gravel on Twitter said that they're getting close to that top-bottom balance that they've been looking for and striving for all night.
Close. Yeah, it looks good.
So we'll see what we got. It's Thorson and Baston front row as they're going to roll into 3. The Virock underway as they come out of corner number 4, green flag. Tanner Thorson low, Spencer Baston high. It's Baston with the nose and Baston with the lead as they get into the 3rd and 4th corner. Down the front straightaway, that's narrow. It's Baston by .066 on lap number 1, side by side with McIntosh 3. Larson using the bottom and McIntosh going down there to take it from him. Christopher Bell up on the high side as Thorson gets the lead on lap number 2.
Jacques still there, it looks like, for now.
Might have got a light break there.
Unless it blew the shims out of it.
So Thorson now crosses lines with Baston. Baston up to the top. There goes McIntosh down into the low side. Thorson to the bottom to protect in 3 and 4. Baston back on the attack. Thorson opens the door, and on the low side of the speedway, Cannon McIntosh leads lap number 4. McIntosh down the back stretch, enters on the bottom of that corner. Front end flies, but he's got it as Thorson trying to make a comeback, winding her up around the high side. Tanner Thorson back into the lead of the back straightaway. Great racing action up in front of this one as Thorson now stretches on McIntosh. Retakes the lead on lap number 6. Already lead changes abundant as you've got Bell putting the slider on Baston, working up on the high side of Larson, and Larson just keeps working the bottom of the speedway. We have not seen Kyle venture up yet. Larson front end, bouncing and flying as Baston looking to take a position away from him. He's going to go to the cushion finally as Baston gets around, collects Wyndham and Abreu. Spencer Baston around. Rico Abreu's 97, Chris Wyndham's 89 into him. Caution flag out with 8 complete of 25.
Looks like Chris hit him hard enough to knock the front end out of his car.
Yeah, he hit him hard.
Wyndham was running 7th. Abreu was running 8th as you're going to get a Longacre Racing Products replay.
It's that little checkup to let Kyle in.
Yeah, we talk about the brakes. I mean, I'm sure that's you're on the gas and then you're on the brakes, and once you get sideways, you're just sitting there. Rico's probably all right.
Baston, you're going to want to get a look at that left rear wheel at minimum. So you can see front end damage to the Wyndham 89. Brian Ward's on the scene. Brian, you're live.
Yeah, with our great cameraman Brock Moore, you've got a good look at the front end. You got the McDonald's bumper, you got the left front shock broke, the drag link is bent. I don't really see any significant front. Well, it is kind of bent in a little bit from that front bumper, the front part of the chassis. And rear, taking a good look at the rear end. Don't see anything significant back here, but they'll have to take this apart and go through it all.
So just that alone, guys, I mean, they're not going to thrash on this for the Vacuworx to come from the back and try to do anything.
No, God, no.
No.
He's done.
No, you're going to have to spend some time making sure that one's still as square as you'd like it to be, probably.
I love the McDonald's bumper reference, little golden arches there for the front nerve. That was good, Brian. As Baston is in the work area, flat left rear on Wyndham, you can see him coming up and already unstrapping the safety gear, so the Bear calling her good.
That's bent pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't know that it's enough to like suck your outer tubes in, but
That'd be interesting.
Less than ideal.
They're going green here.
Baston trapped, gonna need a quick caution. So we go back to green flag action. Thorson, McIntosh, Bell, Larson. Dom was challenging the low side of Justin Grant for 5th. There's Christopher Bell, who's now gone to the low side of the racetrack. Christopher Bell up to 2nd. Look out! Larson bikes it up, near disaster for him.
Justin Grant sneaking on the low side.
Kind of right out of the Justin Grant playbook to sneak around the bottom side, at least from a prelim night, as that's Jake Newman who's got some left front damage.
Wonder how
Newman,
he did that.
the Power Eye champ.
Almost looks like when you get your left front ran over.
Yeah.
Someone tried to force the issue on entry, fighting for the bottom.
He only had one car behind him last time across the line.
We're going to get a replay and another look first and foremost at Kyle Larson avoiding disaster.
I think these guys are almost so comfortable, you know, using the berm because it's not that aggressive that they're getting a little bit greedy on it.
Yeah, he was just so bent that not only that, but his right rear was probably down where it had some good there. And he did the smart thing, though, and just didn't yank right into it. He just rode it until it kind of calmed and then lowered it instead of just slamming it like you see a lot of guys do, and then usually causes them more harm.
Brian Ward, you're on the scene with Jake Newman looking down the left side of that race car as he pulled away.
Yeah, just, again, some more left front damage that we've seen a lot of tonight. That one, they were both going on in on entry. A couple cars got sideways there. I'm not sure how much of a replay you guys had on that, but just trying to hang on after he got up over that berm on the entry to turn number 3.
All right, appreciate the update. As you look at your top 5, Christopher Bell now up into 2nd. Long time for Bell to hunt Tanner Thorson out in front of this field.
He looked good on the bottom of 3 and 4 that last time.
Thorson comes down and go to the high side. He brings Bell and McIntosh and now Larson with him. High side of 3 and 4 for all your top 4. Zach Dahm, the first of the guy down on the low side. He's trying to take 5th away from Justin Grant. Problems for Thorson up in the high groove. Give the lead to Christopher Bell on lap number 11.
It was really good timing to go to the bottom there. There was a mistake by Thorson. He's going to go back to it or protect on the ghost slider.
Oh, Thorson going to try to make the drag race move down the front straightaway to get back underneath him. Thorson not giving this up easy, but we've got a caution, and we've got a
Rico.
car on its top. Yeah.
That one's tore up
Wow.
too. That's an interesting way to stall out.
Rico's out of the car.
So Rico Abreu adding to the official flip count on the night. We were knocking on the door of 20 last time I looked. Get an official update on that when we have a second.
It's got fluid somewhere was
Yeah.
all over everything.
Replay coming
Oh,
in.
him and Sweet.
Rode the wall. Well, Brian Ward, you're running your butt off here in the infield to get us updates as we got more carnage here in the Virock with Rico Abreu up and on his top.
Yeah, I'm going to grab Rico right here as he's running up the ramp. That was a pretty hard roll. How are you feeling after that one? Not very happy with that. Rico's going to walk all the way up the ramp. Disappointed in the finish in tonight's Virock.
Well, Rico Abreu, the team will have some work if they choose to run his Virock car again. Get another look at
I
it.
wish we could go back
Yeah.
just a little bit further to see how Sweet got into the side of him there. They were already tangled.
There's definitely more to the story there because
Yeah.
that's an odd spot to meet in that fashion.
Well, let's try to run your lineup down as best we can. We've had some carnage going on. Christopher Bell leads with 11 laps in and 14 to go. Tanner Thorson was only .062 behind him on the last green flag lap.
Still don't understand why we keep dragging the front of these cars when the back is still fairly intact.
Yeah.
Kenan McIntosh is third, Kyle Larson 4, Justin Grant 5, Zach Dom 6, Brady Bacon 7, Darren Pittman is 8, Aaron Reitzel 9, Brad Sweet 10.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it, down to 10. Abreu will be out, Newman's gone off, Baston and Wyndham both done as well.
Some fence repair on the backstretch here. A lot of carnage here for these guys.
Way more than I expected.
Didn't you say that usually these are tame and everybody
Kevin,
just takes care of their stuff?
I
and
really,
they pass the car here and there?
really need to learn to quit opening my big mouth, especially when we're having a night like this.
Probably got a couple bent frames here. Forefront axle's gone. ARS is going to be busy rebuilding shocks.
That's got great night to sell race car
I looked
parts,
down just to
isn't
make
it?
sure it wasn't January 13th. That's tomorrow.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I won't be here. Have fun.
You racing? You got a car going tomorrow.
Yeah, oh, that's worse.
Yeah, you have fun.
Coverage on Flow Racing. We're excited to have you guys in here on a wild night at the old ballpark. Now you've got fence repair in the Virock.
Tame.
Sure. All right, my bad.
That's twice tonight. One more, and we're going to kick you out, and we'll just run it ourselves.
All right, you got her. Go to bed early. Christopher Bell, Tanner Thorson, Kenan McIntosh, Kyle Larson, and Justin Grant. Saw Larson finally jump up to the high side, and I want to keep focusing on Kyle, but really he's got a ton of eyeballs on him, and what he does in this race really matters because he's got an A-main coming.
Yeah, and he's got to be smart, you know. Like, maybe that's why he took so long to get to the high side is he figures if I'm not going to win this deal, try and learn something, not put myself in a bad spot making a lane change to get upside down.
I think if you're him, you got to throw your ego out the window for the bigger picture. You got a provisional.
Yeah.
Like, is a little bit of cash even worth it? Like, figure out what your car likes. Don't tear it up. Don't put yourself in a spot to have to go work on it and find out if you got it back close. I mean, you're on the front row, right? So, yeah.
Off the corner, and Bell goes early. Thorson swings way wide. He's going to give McIntosh a shot at him. Thorson to the bottom of 1 and 2. Got caught in the middle. Bye-bye, Kenan McIntosh. Bye-bye, Kyle Larson. So Larson back to the bottom to get around Thorson. Now chasing Kenan as Thorson high side coming back after Kyle, who drifts it up to the cushion on the exit at turn number 2. There's Justin Grant looking to make something happen. Grant's in the 7 car. And the other guy in this race who we're going to see a little bit later, that's Zach Dom. Dom also in tonight's A-main event. Working the low side of the speedway, and Thorson up into the side of Larson. Larson drives back by him. That's got big repercussions for later. You saw Brady Bacon come into the picture for a second. As McIntosh got way high in 1 and 2, brought her back down.
Wow.
Yep. Tame.
So Larson, at this point,
Just pull in.
Yeah.
Just call it a day. Oh, man.
I don't know, guys. He's throwing that thing around. He's still going for it.
Probably trying to see.
Yeah, got him going a little bit.
He's in his gap right there where he's all right. I mean, in the back of his head, he hates watching Bell win because it feels like it's giving him confidence going into, that's who he's racing Saturday in a way. So.
Yep. Christopher Bell in the 84 car looking to win the Vacuworx. He'll come around. He'll have just 5 laps to go this time by. Bell. That is a 2.9 second lead over Cannon McIntosh. As finally this field kind of stretching out. You'll watch him drive up and around the top of Aaron Reitzel. Those are teammates. Christopher Bell on cruise control. Down the back chute. Smooth around the high side of the speedway. To the white flag for Christopher Bell. The iRacing sponsored number 84. Catching even more cars in the back of the field. Putting on a show. Your winner of the 2021 Vacuworx Invitational Racing Champions, Christopher Bell. Cannon McIntosh 4.5 seconds behind. Then Kyle Larson, Zach Dahm, Justin Grant, Brady Bacon, Tanner Thorson, Brad Sweet, Darren Pittman, Aaron Reitzel, the cars that finish a DNF for Rico Abreu, Jake Newman, Spencer Baston, and Chris Windham.
Man.
Baston leads lap 1, Thorson leads lap 2 and 3, McIntosh leads lap 4 and 5, Thorson 6 through 10, and Bell 11 through 25. So into victory lane goes Christopher. Out of the race car, hand in the air for Christopher Bell. Well, we'll get everything lined up and we'll get our winners interview. Interview is brought to you by Pit Stop USA here over the weekend at the 35th annual Lucas Oil Chili Bowl Nationals on Flow Racing, presented by NOS Energy Drink. So Christopher's going to go up to the stage here in a matter of mere moments. He'll head up there and talk to Blake Anderson. All right, let's go up top as Christopher gets a word in with Blake. Second place, Cannon McIntosh is up at the top of the stage with Chris Wilner.
Yes, Cannon's going to go run and grab his mask here real quick, but not too shabby for a guy in his first Vacuworx race event here as Cannon McIntosh debriefs with the crew. We'll step in here and grab a quick word, but obviously a racer's a racer. He's already getting tips on what to make this car better here for Saturday. Picked up the Monday prelim feature yesterday, and he is on a tear. Made that really nice move over Tanner Thorson about midway through to capitalize and take home the second spot as he meets with Keith Kunz, as you can see in the back. We'll kind of let them go ahead and get some few words. Tanner Carrick has joined the fray as well, so lots of debriefing going on here in the Keith Kunz Motorsports camp. Even though it is the Vacuworx, you can certainly learn a lot of things from your race car, as looks like we will give him another second here too. We'll let him, yeah. All right, well, we'll send it back down to you guys. He's got to go get his mask too anyway, so we'll let you know when he's ready.
All right, Chris, not a problem. And you assume that one of the things that Carrick's in there discussing is current racetrack conditions, as Carrick's got an A-main coming up a little bit later, so trying to learn from Cannon for what he just experienced for 25 laps around this place.
Yeah, Cannon looked a little bit soft on the right rear. Just, it stayed down and his left front stayed up, and I think that made it hard to get against the cushion too much. So, something he's going to communicate with Keith, and Keith's going to take into play when he's trying to figure out, what to do with Carrick's car and just, exactly where to be. One of the perks of, having teammates in this deal is you really can work with each other and, try and make each other better throughout the week.
So we'll give him a couple of seconds up there in the Keith Kunz Motorsports stable to get Cannon McIntosh, our runner-up in the Vacuworx Invitational Race of Champions, all ready to go. We'll also have Scotty Cook down trackside with Christopher Bell as soon as we can get that all arranged and lined up. No rush on that one, as ceremonies will take more than a few seconds. All right, it looks like we can turn things over safely now to Scotty Cook with your winner of the Vyrock, Christopher Bell.
Hey, thank you, guys. Well, there's no doubt about it. This young man passionately loves this building, loves this crowd, loves this racetrack. You come into this building today, not a qualifying night, but very eager to get to the track.
Yeah, it's this place is awesome, man. I haven't been able to stay in a victory lane in a long time. It's actually been a year ago. Well, I guess I won my prelim night, but a year ago in this building. So it's really nice to be able to win again, and man, just really proud to be able to carry the iRacing colors again for, geez, I don't know, this is the third or fourth year in a row. So thank you to everyone at iRacing for coming on board, and thank you to everyone at Toyota Racing for allowing me to come out and do this.
Absolutely. They were talking before the drop of the green flag how they had felt that they kind of thought found the delicate balance on the racetrack. The top good, bottom good. Took you a second to get to the front, but you were able to utilize both lanes on your journey.
Yeah, I mean, the track's been really, really gnarly this week. I mean, we've seen the cushion be extremely tall yesterday in that feature, and it's growing. It was growing fast there in that Race of Champions. So that's what we all love about this place, and the bottom's been staying really nice too. So right there, it was pretty beautiful. We could go wherever we wanted to go, and hopefully they can keep it up.
So as we said before we let you go, a nice little shakedown before your qualifying night coming in. You had to pass the torch off to your brother Kyle last year. How do you feel coming into your qualifying night? After that nice little session, the race car looked as good as anyone's in that starting grid.
Yeah, I mean, it felt really good, but last year I felt really good too, and we got beat there at the end. So, we just got to make sure that we stay on top of it, stay with the racetrack, and yeah. But like I said, I'm really proud to carry the iRacing colors again this year. It's a special brand, special to be a part of them. So thank you to iRacing for coming on board.
Congratulations, best of luck going forward. Good to see you again, old bud.
Thank you.
Norman, Oklahoma's Christopher Bell, the 2021 Vyrock champion here at the Chili Bowl Nationals. How about that, guys? I tell you, Caleb, Clinton, Kevin, from what I saw, I really liked I liked Kyle Larson as a favorite coming into this thing this year, but Christopher Bell looking really, really dominant. And